How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In case you guys have missed it, Steve Tandy has been appointed as the official head coach for Wales Rugby, and personally, I feel that this is going to be a good decision. They're going to be bringing on someone that has a pretty good record. He's coached at Scotland. He's been the head coach of the Ospreys, and I want to take you guys through his style and what we could potentially expect to see of Wales in the upcoming in the upcoming tests. So please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. So first up, who is Steve Tandy? Steve Tandy, he was head coach for the Ospreys. I think it was for like 5-6 years. He was the defensive coach for Scotland, and he was also a coach in the Lions squad for 2021. So the guy definitely has, big CV, and he's got a lot of experience as well. So this is why I feel he is a very good fit, purely because the kind of coach that he is. The one thing that we found for Wales recently is they've been leaky. Their defense is shot. They are so wide. They're either too wide, they're too narrow. They aren't getting back into their positions quickly, and they just, at times, they just feel like they don't know where they are, who they are, and what they're doing. So I think this is something that's going to be very good. Steve Tandy, I think we are probably going to end up seeing more sort of like a blitz defense with control. Ones that they aren't overcommitting. We're going to end up seeing structured play, aggressive line speed, and hopefully intelligent reads. They've got the players to be able to do that. I do feel that Tandy's going to work a lot on that tackle effectiveness, that efficiency, and try to get in that in that dominant collision zones. So I feel he's got a lot to work. He's got a lot to do. The Welsh need to improve a lot, but I think if we are able to see a structured defense, they're going to end up frustrating teams, right? And they're going to have to try and keep that discipline, work hard, kind of learn from Jac Morgan, and really start to defend, and then use that defensive work to start attacking and start building on their attack. A good defense is always a brilliant attack. So when we look at players, we're going to be looking at like Jac Morgan, perfect breakdown threat. He's got that engine, leading defensive line. He's just that monster that does not stop running. We have players like Dafydd Jenkins, who he's a player that I feel he excels in structured systems where he knows exactly what he's doing, where he's going, what needs to be done. And he's just, in terms of the mauls, the guy is just an absolute beast. Tommy Rafal, breakdown, and that's just a chop tackling machine. He's just an absolute monster. He's relentless. And then, we're going to see a lot of players that are going to eventually end up building up. And there's a lot of players that we are going to see hopefully start to excel under Steve Tandy's system if they are able to really start understanding how Steve Tandy wants them to work, and getting a couple good wins under their belt will definitely go a very, very long way. Now, they did just break that duck where they actually finally managed to get a win, which was brilliant to see, but that's just the first step in progress. So I think we are eventually going to end up seeing some losses to begin. I don't think we're just going to see win after win after win after win. I think the Welsh are going to have to struggle a little bit before they are able to fully understand Steve Tandy's system and then start having the wins coming through. But I don't know. I feel they have a couple months now, right? They have time for training. They have time to start getting everything, under wraps before they go and face the big dogs at the end of the year. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Honestly, I feel Steve Tandy is the right fit for the job. Actually, a comment on one of my other videos saying, like, I doubt there's been actually that many people applying for this job, because honestly, Welsh rugby is kind of shot from top to bottom. A reform needs to be done. They they need change. They need to change how things are run from international level to club level to grassroots level, right? Yes, they aren't exactly a very big nation, but they've always had talent. They've always had lots of talent. Especially for such a small nation, and they are a legendary. They are a legendary nation as well. So it's hard to see them sitting in what I think they're currently in 12th now. They were in 14th before the loss, and I think we are going to be seeing big changes. I think we are going to be seeing, a couple old and experienced vets of the game come back into the fray, start putting in big performances, and then allowing a lot of those younger players to start working. We're going to be seeing players like Thomas Williams, who's essential to the way Wales play. Jac Morgan, the same thing, who's currently away with the Lions. But I don't know. He's A lot needs to be done, right? And who do you guys think is going to be his assistant coaches? Because he's obviously, in order to do this, he's going to have to bring in some top tier talent and people that are going to be like minded to him. So it's going to be interesting to see who he gets in. And do you think he is the right fit? Because personally, I do think he is the right fit for this Wales job. So let me know what your thoughts are. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.